Have you ever wondered why, even though you take your vitamin D supplement every morning, you still feel weak, tired, or notice your muscles aren't as strong as they used to be? Maybe you've been swallowing that little capsule faithfully for years, hoping it would keep your bones strong and your energy up, but deep down, you're frustrated because the results just don't show. Or maybe you've watched a loved one, a parent, a spouse, even a close friend, do everything by the book, take their supplements, eat fairly well, try to stay active, yet you still notice the muscle loss creeping in. They walk a little slower, they tire out a little quicker, and they lean on the chair a bit harder when trying to stand. And you ask yourself, why? Why is this happening even though we're doing all the right things? Here's the truth, vitamin D alone is not the magic bullet everyone thinks it is. Yes, it's important. But what if I told you that vitamin D is just one piece of the puzzle, and that without the right supporting vitamins, taken at the right time of day, it's almost like pouring water into a bucket full of holes? Think about this for a moment. Every single day, your body is working quietly in the background, building, repairing, and fueling your muscles. But if it's missing the nutrients it truly needs in the morning, when your body is ready to kickstart its engine, then all the effort, all the supplements, all the good intentions, may not give you the results you deserve. Now, why should this matter to you? Because muscle strength in your golden years is not just about looking fit. It's about so much more. It's about preventing those unexpected falls that can change everything in an instant. It's about keeping your independence, being able to climb the stairs, carry your groceries, or even dance at your granddaughter's wedding without fear. It's about waking up with energy, rather than dragging through the day, waiting for bedtime to come. And let's be honest, growing older is already filled with enough challenges. The last thing you want is to lose your strength simply because no one ever told you about the other vitamins that matter. I know it can be frustrating. You do your best, you trust what you hear, and yet the results still feel out of reach. But here's the good news, you're not powerless. There is a way forward. In this video, I'm going to reveal the 3 essential vitamins you should take at breakfast, not vitamin D, that can help your muscles grow stronger, faster. These vitamins are often overlooked, but they hold the key to unlocking real energy, better recovery, and stronger muscles as you age. I'll show you why they work, the best ways to include them in your morning routine, and even the common mistakes that most people make when trying to stay healthy. And trust me, you'll want to stick around until the very end, because once you understand this, you'll never look at your breakfast the same way again. But before we dive in, I want to hear from you. Do you currently take any supplements in the morning? Drop a quick comment below and let me know. I really want to see how many of you are already on this journey. And if you're new here, welcome to Senior Wellness Secret, your trusted space for health, strength, and vitality after 60. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button now, because every week we share simple, science-backed tips that can make a real difference in your life and the lives of your loved ones. So, let's get started. Now, let's begin with the first vitamin. And I want you to picture this for a moment. You wake up in the morning, the sun is shining, the day is ahead of you, but your body feels like it hasn't even started. Your legs are heavy, your arms feel weak, and even after a full night's sleep, you're already tired. So, you pour yourself a cup of coffee, maybe 2, hoping the caffeine will shake the fatigue away. And for a little while, it helps, but soon, the slump creeps back in. Sound familiar? For many seniors, this isn't just getting older. This is often the silent cry of a vitamin B12 deficiency. B12 is sometimes called the energy vitamin, but it's more than just about energy. Inside your body, B12 is like the spark plug that keeps the engine running. It helps form healthy red blood cells, the very cells that carry oxygen to every muscle and tissue in your body. Without enough oxygen, your muscles can't perform, they can't repair, and they certainly can't grow stronger. But that's not all. B12 also protects your nervous system, the intricate wiring that sends signals from your brain to your muscles. Without proper signals, even the simplest movements, lifting a grocery bag, climbing a step, or holding your grandchild, can feel harder than they should. And over time, weakness creeps in, not because you've lost the will, but because your body doesn't have the fuel to keep up. Here's the problem. Many people assume fatigue is simply part of aging. They shrug it off. They tell themselves, "I'm not 30 anymore. Of course I'm tired." But here's the truth. Feeling drained all the time is not just age, it's often low B12. And no amount of coffee, no matter how strong, can replace what your body is missing. Coffee wakes you up for a moment, but it doesn't solve the root issue. Now let's clear up a common misunderstanding. A lot of people believe that as long as they eat enough food, they're getting all the vitamins they need. But B12 is tricky. Unlike some vitamins, it's mainly found in animal-based foods, things like eggs, dairy, fish, and fortified cereals. And as we age, our stomach produces less stomach acid, which makes it harder to absorb B12 from food alone. This means you could eat fairly well, yet still come up short. So, what can you do? The good news is, B12 is one of the simplest vitamins to add into your morning routine. At breakfast, you can include foods like eggs, yogurt, or fortified cereal. Even a glass of milk can help. And for those who struggle with absorption, or who don't eat enough animal-based foods, a B12 supplement can make a world of difference. Many seniors notice a change in just a few weeks: steadier energy, clearer focus, and stronger stamina. One more important detail: timing matters. B12 works best when taken in the morning with breakfast. Why? Because it naturally boosts energy. Take it late in the evening, and you may find yourself wide awake when you're supposed to be winding down. So if you're going to add B12 into your life, let breakfast be your starting point. Imagine the difference it could make. Instead of dragging through the day, you feel a gentle lift. Instead of blaming age for every ounce of fatigue, you realize your body simply needed the right spark to run properly again. Now, I'm not saying B12 alone will make you feel like you're 20 again. But I am saying this: without it, your muscles will struggle to keep up, no matter what else you do. It's like trying to run a car without fuel, it just won't go very far. So, start with B12. Make it part of your morning. It's the foundation of energy, the protector of your nerves, and the carrier of oxygen to your muscles. And once your body has the energy it needs, you can finally put that fuel to use. But here's the thing: energy alone won't build muscle. It's not enough to simply wake up the system, you also need to repair and strengthen it. And that's where the second vitamin comes in. A vitamin that most people think of only when they catch a cold, but in truth, it's one of the most powerful allies for building muscle and recovering from strain. Let's talk about vitamin C. Now that your body has energy from vitamin B12, let's talk about the second vitamin, one that doesn't just wake up your muscles, but actually helps them recover, heal, and stay strong. Think of your muscles like a rubber band. When the rubber is fresh, it stretches and snaps back easily. But over time, if that rubber loses its strength, it becomes stiff, fragile, and eventually breaks. That's exactly what happens to your muscles and connective tissues when your body doesn't get enough vitamin C. I want you to picture this. Maybe you've noticed that after even the smallest bit of activity, walking a few blocks, doing some light gardening, or lifting a grocery bag, you feel sore for much longer than you used to. What used to be one day of mild stiffness now takes 3 or 4 days to shake off. That's not just age. That's your body crying out for the building blocks it needs to repair itself. Vitamin C is one of those crucial building blocks. It plays a major role in the production of collagen, and collagen is what gives structure and strength to your muscles, joints, and even your skin. Without enough collagen, your muscles don't recover as they should. The tiny tears that happen naturally when you move or exercise take longer to heal, and over time, that delay adds up to weaker, more fragile muscles. But here's something most people miss. Vitamin C doesn't just stop at collagen. It also helps protect your tissues from damage. Every time your muscles work, they produce something called free radicals, tiny unstable molecules that can damage cells. Vitamin C acts like a shield, neutralizing those free radicals so your muscles can repair without interference. That's why vitamin C is sometimes called the recovery vitamin. It doesn't give you energy like B12, but it ensures that the energy you use actually leads to growth, not damage. Now, let's clear up a big misconception. When most people hear vitamin C, they immediately think of fighting colds, flu, or boosting immunity. And yes, that's part of its role, but it goes so much further. The truth is, if your body doesn't have enough vitamin C, your muscles can't rebuild properly after activity. It's like trying to repair a house without bricks. You may have all the energy to get the job done, but without the material, the walls won't stand. Here's another mistake I see often. Some seniors think that because they occasionally eat an orange, they are covered. But vitamin C is water-soluble, which means your body doesn't store it for long periods. You need a steady supply, especially in the morning when your body is gearing up for the day. A single orange every now and then won't cut it. So, how can you get enough vitamin C? The answer is simple and delicious. At breakfast, add foods rich in vitamin C like citrus fruits, strawberries, kiwi, or even a glass of fresh orange juice. If you like something savory, bell peppers are surprisingly one of the richest sources. The key is to make it part of your daily morning routine. Stoked. And here's a powerful tip: pair vitamin C with protein. Why? Because protein provides the amino acids that build muscle, and vitamin C provides the collagen support that holds it all together. Imagine starting your morning with a glass of orange juice alongside an egg, or adding a handful of berries to your yogurt. That simple combination can dramatically improve how well your muscles repair and recover. And the difference it makes is noticeable. Instead of feeling sore for days after a walk, you bounce back faster. Instead of avoiding exercise because it leaves you drained, you find yourself recovering and ready to go again. This is what keeps you mobile, active, and independent. So, when you think about vitamin C, don't limit it to avoiding colds. Think of it as the glue that holds your body together, the quiet worker that ensures your muscles repair stronger after every use. Now, we've covered energy with vitamin B12 and recovery with vitamin C. But here's the big question: what about actual muscle growth? What helps your muscles not only repair, but grow stronger and resist breakdown as you age? That's where the third vitamin comes in, a powerful nutrient most people associate with skin and beauty, but in reality, it's one of the best defenders your muscles will ever have. Let's talk about vitamin E. Now let's talk about the third vitamin on our list, vitamin E. I once met a senior gentleman in his early 70s. He told me every time he exercised, even just a short walk or a light stretch, his body felt sore for days. He thought it was just old age catching up with him. But when his doctor checked, it turned out he was low in vitamin E. Once he started including it in his meals, something changed. The soreness that used to linger for days disappeared in half the time. His energy improved, and he said he finally felt like his body was on his side again, not working against him. That's the power of vitamin E. You see, vitamin E is an antioxidant. And antioxidants are like the body's cleanup crew. Every single day, your muscles are under attack from tiny stresses called free radicals. They come from normal metabolism, from stress, even from exercise. Over time, these stresses wear down muscle cells, making recovery slower and strength harder to maintain. Vitamin E steps in like a shield. It protects muscle fibers from oxidative damage. It helps your cells repair faster. And it reduces the soreness and stiffness that makes so many seniors feel hesitant to keep moving. Now here's a common misconception: Most people think vitamin E is only about skin health, lotions, creams, anti-aging serums. And yes, it's fantastic for your skin. But what many don't know is that vitamin E is also a hidden powerhouse for your muscles. It keeps them from breaking down too quickly and ensures that the time you invest in movement, exercise, or even daily activity pays off. So, how do you get enough vitamin E? The good news is, it's found in some delicious and simple foods. Nuts like almonds, hazelnuts, and peanuts. Seeds like sunflower seeds. Leafy greens like spinach. And even certain vegetable oils. You can also find it in supplement form, but food sources are often the safest and most effective. One important note: vitamin E is a fat-soluble vitamin. That means it absorbs best when paired with healthy fats. So, having a handful of nuts with your breakfast, adding avocado slices to your eggs, or using a drizzle of olive oil on your salad can make a big difference in how well your body uses vitamin E. Remember, recovery is just as important as energy. Without proper repair, your muscles won't be able to grow stronger. Vitamin E makes sure your muscles don't just survive activity, but recover, rebuild, and come back stronger the next day. Now that we've walked through vitamin B12, vitamin C, and vitamin E, it's time to step back and see what this really means for you, and for the loved ones you care for. Because losing strength isn't just about muscle. It's not just about how many push-ups you can do, or whether you can still lift groceries from the car. No, it goes deeper than that. It's about losing independence. It's about losing the simple joys, like walking without fear of falling, playing with your grandkids, gardening, or even standing long enough to cook your favorite meal. And I know how frightening that thought can be. For many seniors, it feels like a slow fade, something that creeps up without warning. One day you're moving freely, the next you notice your legs don't carry you the way they used to, and you wonder, is this the beginning of the end? But here's the truth I want you to hold on to: it doesn't have to be your story. Strength is not reserved for the young. Energy, confidence, vitality, they are not things you simply lose forever with age. With just a few intentional changes, especially in something as simple as your breakfast routine, you can begin to rebuild what feels lost. Think about this: every single morning, you have a choice. You can go on with the same habits, just coffee and toast, maybe skipping important nutrients, letting your muscles slowly weaken. Or you can take those few extra moments to give your body exactly what it needs. 3 vitamins. That's it. B12 for energy, C for recovery, E for repair. Taken at breakfast, they work together to help you move, heal, and live with more strength than you thought possible. And it's not about some overnight miracle. No, this is about small, consistent choices that create lasting change. Tomorrow morning, when you sit down at your breakfast table, don't just reach for your coffee and rush out the door. Add those nutrients in. Maybe it's eggs with spinach and avocado. Maybe it's a handful of nuts and a glass of orange juice. Maybe it's a supplement that fills in the gap. Whatever it looks like for you, just start. Because starting is everything. You'll begin to notice changes. The fatigue that dragged you down won't feel as heavy. Your body won't ache quite as long after a short walk. You'll get up from a chair with more ease. These little victories add up. And one day, you'll look back and realize, strength didn't leave you. You simply learned how to nourish it again. And please remember this: you don't need complicated diets, you don't need endless bottles of pills, you don't need to feel overwhelmed by health advice that changes every other week. Sometimes, the simplest steps are the most powerful. And these 3 vitamins at breakfast, this is one of those steps. So, hold on to hope. Your golden years don't have to be a slow decline. They can be strong, vibrant, and full of life. It's not too late to turn the story around. In fact, the story can begin tomorrow, right at your breakfast table. So before we close, Let's take a moment to recap what we've uncovered today. We talked about 3 powerful vitamins that can transform your mornings and give your muscles the support they've been crying out for. Vitamin B12, the energy and muscle protector. It's the spark that keeps your blood flowing, your nerves sharp, and your body energized so you can move with confidence. Vitamin C, the collagen and recovery booster. It's the quiet builder that helps your muscles heal, your joints stay strong, and your body bounce back after activity. And vitamin E, the muscle repair and anti-aging shield. It's your body's protector, fighting off stress and helping every single muscle cell recover faster so you don't stay sore or feel broken down. Together, these 3 aren't just vitamins. They are a morning powerhouse. A simple, reliable way to fuel your strength and independence in your golden years. And the best part? You don't have to wait months or years to begin. You can start tomorrow, right at your breakfast table. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these 3 do you already take? And which one surprised you the most today? Maybe you've been taking vitamin D faithfully and never thought about B12. Maybe you thought vitamin C was just for colds, not for muscles. Or maybe vitamin E completely caught you off guard. Share your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one, and I love seeing how you're putting these insights into action. And if you're new here, this is just the beginning. Every week on this channel, Senior Wellness Secret, we share simple, science-backed ways to help you live stronger, longer, and healthier after 60. If you found value in what you learned today, go ahead and hit that like button. It really helps this message reach more people who need it. And don't forget to subscribe, because the tips we share here could be the very thing that keeps you or someone you love standing tall and independent for years to come. So let's end on this note. Stay strong, stay consistent, and never forget, you are never too old to rebuild your strength. Age is not the end of your story. With the right choices, the right nourishment, and the right mindset, every single day can be a step toward a stronger, more vibrant you. Thank you for spending this time with me today. It's always an honor to walk alongside you on this journey. Take care of yourself, keep fueling your body with what it needs, and I'll see you in the next video.